Previously on the game plan.
My name is Tawani Clark.
My name is Mumbingwana.
We're asking for 250,000 kwacha to help with marketing operations.
Why not go to the manufacturer and sort of say, I would like to be a distributor in Zambia for a commission?
You say that you are self-sufficient. Why aren't you looking to the bank?
Everywhere else in this country, the roads are being done, and Tipata is superb in that area. Believe me.
Your life is sorted. You don't need money from us.
On today's episode, we find out who makes it to the top 5.
Judges, we are getting closer to knowing who is going to walk away with the grand prize. You have had an opportunity to listen to 19 innovative presentations from the contestants. What we'd like to do is obviously just get a feel of what you think of all the 19 contestants before we scale down to the last 5. We'll give 40 seconds per contestant, and any one of you judges can give their opinion of those contestants.
Christina Siamfuko, I think she's been in the business for a while and she knows her market. She knows exactly what she's trying to do. And she gave me an impression that not only is she competing direct with the other players, but she wants to lure the other players to get her designs and use it. For me, I found that as a competitive edge for her, instead of just going in direct.
Thank you, Judge Charles. We'll move on to the second contestant. I think I'll start with Judge Nitesh. Judy.
I think Judy's business concept is fabulous. She's got the concept right. She's got the marketing right. What I think she didn't think about was the competitors in the market, and she's trying to sell in Western Province where you're actually competing with the ladies selling groundnuts on the market sort of thing. So pricing becomes an issue. So she may have to go beyond Western Province in trying to market a product.
Judges, our third contestant was Silas with the innovation of the Giza switches. Your thoughts regarding his presentation?
I thought Silas was an extremely good entrepreneur. He had a great idea. He's really trying to do something. But I feel that he got his numbers completely wrong. I think he had overestimated what he's trying to do, but I really thought he was a very entrepreneurial and innovative person.
Our fourth contestant was Alan, who came through with his honey and honey products and the sweets. Your thoughts on that?
Knew his product very well, but I think it's an increasingly competitive market. I think the sweet candy aspect is a slight differentiator which could actually put him into a lead position. So overall I quite liked his proposal.
Okay. Our fifth contestant came with an innovation which combines tilapia and vegetables. Chipokosa, what were your thoughts on him?
Well, I also thought that, maybe a bit more research was needed, but the idea in my mind is brilliant. This country needs more white protein, that's a fact. It's healthier, and the idea that he has is good. And hopefully he can compete with Chinese imports.
Thank you very much. Contestant number 6 was Danford Sindoe, Energy Renewable Biogas. Your thoughts on his presentation?
I think in this energy crisis we find ourselves, I think this is a great idea, it's a great presentation. But again, I was a little bit skeptical about the numbers, about the process, about the work that was needed to bring this product to market. I think the amount of money he was looking for was not going to be anywhere near enough to bring it to fruition.
Okay. We then had contestant number 7, who was Bazak, who wants to expand his poultry, broiler and layer business. Judge Cyprian, you want to say something about that presentation?
Yeah, I think as a presenter, he didn't come out with a passion, but he's somebody who's got hands-on experience in terms of what he's doing. He's fully aware of the challenges that small poultry farmers are facing, and he's been trying to capture the market, and also he's done some backward integration in terms of making his own feed, and I think that's a way to go. All big poultry farmers, they make their own feed in the backyard, but the small ones, we rely on the likes of National Milling and the likes. I think he's got it spot on, but in terms of the presentation, not everyone has got the skill to present, and I think I was okay with it.
Contestant number 8 came with the stove that was on fire, almost frightened us. The energy pellets. Your thoughts on that presentation?
I think Matthias was an incredible presenter. He was very passionate. He knew exactly what he was trying to do here. But the two things to his presentation, he's already got the product that he wanted to market. Then he's gone on to the next product, which is obviously the stoves, right? And so he's looking for money for the stoves more than anything else. For me, the stove is with the business that he's actually got, he can actually find money elsewhere rather than through the Nyamoka challenge, in my opinion. Okay. It's got a great business there.
We then had contestant number 9, Abel, with the energy water heating system.
Yeah, I think successful businesses have to develop their own intellectual property and retain it, and I just didn't see the development of intellectual property in that presentation.
Thank you. Contestant number 10 was Mwapengandu, proposing to add value in the beef products in the area that he's living in. What were your thoughts regarding his presentation and his project?
For me, well, I was looking for innovation, to be honest. Well, in that part of Zambia, maybe obviously distribution of beef is a problem, but I don't think that it's a great idea to want to do what he wants to do. Maybe in my mind, it would be easier for him to get a distributorship.
Thank you.
From players that are already in the market.
Thank you.
I think he's seen a gap in the market, and I think he wants to exploit that gap. I think it's what every entrepreneur looks for, is where is the gap and how can I fit in? And he's found a gap. I think I liked his presentation.
Thank you. We then had contestant 11, Mumbi, who came in with a communications and IT e-commerce innovation. What were your thoughts, judges, on that presentation?
Apart from the fact I think he probably shops at the same tailor that I use. And he had a good sort of delivery style. I didn't really understand how it was going to operate. I didn't see why or the sort of where it was compelling for a big retailer to start to use his platform. And I felt that he was just trying to sort of bring in a sort of a Zambia zone. Which I think there's probably opportunity for that, but you've got to find a slightly more innovative way of doing so.
And I think what he's trying to do is trying to get advantage of the gap that is coming into because of what we're going through. I feel he didn't emphasize on branding of his product. He's more or less saying, look, I'll produce it, it will be sold. And I think what we posed to him is, how are you going to protect your product? He didn't have the distribution bit in him, apart from saying he was going to do it within his location.
Okay, any other thoughts on that presentation for the briquettes?
I think it's a product that's needed in the market, but I think he's got a lot more work to do to bring this to reality. I didn't get the feeling he had thought these things through enough.
Our next presenter was contestant number 13, Peter Bwalia, the bicycle innovation, the bicycle adverts based in Chibata.
You can certainly create employment. I mean, you have hundreds of people riding bikes, it's quite a good thing, and a healthy lifestyle, but it needs critical mass. I mean, how many of these are you really going to get on the road successfully before it starts to sort of neutralize the value? The innovation is the excitement of seeing your brand or a couple of brands. Get 20 or 30 of those, all of a sudden it becomes a very sort of saturated front of mind space. And I think that's a big risk for him.
Any other thoughts on that presentation, the bicycle adverts?
Yeah, I think he's not protected here, to be honest with you. I think there's nothing unique about the design. Anybody can actually do that. There was that danger there.
Thank you very much. We then had contestant 14, Tawani Clark, fashion and design, garments, jewelry and accessories. What were your thoughts on that presentation?
I think I liked her presentation. She was well up to the point, and she knows what she's doing, very confident and very passionate about her business. And I think the only thing that was like letting me down is it's an existing business. And I was looking at it from another angle, saying, why didn't she walk into the bank and get a loan for this?
I thought her presentation was really exciting, and I always find it exciting when something truly Zambian comes up, and she's taken local resources, local input, and she's developed a truly Zambian product that's unique to Zambia. Nobody else in the world is going to make anything like that. So I think it was a very, very strong presentation.
Thank you for that comment, Judge Mark. We then had contestant 15, Moses Mulenga, who wants to reduce the cost of water treatment chemical by manufacturing it himself. What were your thoughts on that?
I like this. I think it's It's doing what we do very well, which is a bit of mining. It's producing stuff locally, which is consumed locally. There's obviously massive value across the sort of municipalities. And I think this thing's probably got really good legs. I'd like to see how it goes. I think that it probably needs a little bit more expansion. I'm not sure what the seed capital that we would be providing, how far that would go, and that worries me. That this is really a very big industry. You mentioned some very large numbers, and I'm not sure what we can actually do to bring that forward more than just sort of extend the sort of feasibility studies.